Where Hawaii Eats is brought to you by the Honolulu Star Advertisers Dining Out, Cisco Hawaii, Outrigger Hotels and Resorts, and Coco Marina Shopping Center. Welcome to Where Hawaii Eats. We are on Kapiolani Boulevard at Chef Chai's. Joining me today is the super talented, infamous Glenn Medeiros.
Hi.
Hi, Glenn.
Thanks for saying that.
Thank you for doing the show.
I don't know if that's true, but I'll take it.
Well, you have some awards that do say that. So you're kind of coming full circle because you used to perform at Chai's at Aloha Tower.
At Aloha Tower, and loved it. And, you know, his food is so great. And a nice person, too.
So he prepared one of your favorite dishes here.
Yes, I used to have that. I actually used to eat that right before I go on stage, which is not a good thing, but I was always very hungry before performing. So anyway, yeah.
And I think he prepared the sea bass as well as his famous oxtail soup. So let's indulge and let's talk story.
Okay.
What do you want to start with?
Whatever you feel.
I feel like we
all looks good.
Take one of these.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you.
So, what are you doing now?
I work as the president of St. Louis School. I've been there this is my 7th year now, and I really enjoy it. It's a place with a great family feel to it, and so just a lot of good people around. So it's been nice. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're from Kauai?
Yeah, I was born and raised on Kauai, and I moved to Oahu when I was 24. I started singing professionally at the age of 16, and then after being on tour for about 8 years, I moved to Oahu to go to school to become a teacher.
So tell me a little bit about your singing career.
Well, I started. My career was mainly based in Europe. I was lucky enough to travel to about 40 countries singing. The main countries were France, England, and then countries out in Scandinavia, Denmark, Sweden, Norway, those places. Did also sold some records in Spain and Portugal too. So, yeah.
Is it true that you had your first house when you were 16 or 13? Was it 13 or
16?
16.
Yeah, I bought it right next to my girlfriend's house. So, yeah. So our parents would probably think, "Oh my God, this guy's never gonna leave us."
So growing up, what is your background? Are you?
I'm pure Portuguese, actually.
100%.
Yeah.
I think you shared with me that Frank De Lima was influential in your career.
No, he was. He used to come to Kauai and perform once a year. He actually used to visit our schools. He came to perform at Maryknoll Elementary School when I was in the elementary school then. And I remember after his performance, I ran up to the office, and before I left, I got his autograph. And since that time, we became friends. And he started inviting me to his shows on Kauai where I would sing during intermission, and then later when I moved to Oahu when I was 24, I performed with him for about 3 years in Waikiki.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm. We had a show together. It was called Pocho Nights, like KNIGHTS. And it was a comedy show. It was fun. We had a lot of fun.
Oh my gosh, what a great memory. So growing up in a Portuguese household, what kind of foods did your mom make?
Well, we didn't have a whole lot of money growing up, so we ate a lot of rice and a lot of meats, because meats you could get frozen for a while and purchase on sale. So, but my mom was a really good cook, and I loved it when my grandmother would cook a lot of the Portuguese and Puerto Rican food, because in the plantation camps where my parents grew up, the Puerto Ricans and the Portuguese were often put together. So my grandmother spoke Spanish and Portuguese, and she cooked a lot. I mean, a lot of the food I was eating, like patele and Gaduli rice, I thought was Portuguese when I grew up, but found out later it wasn't. Wow, this is very
so
good.
good. This is one of my favorites. It's there's something about this broth.
Wow, that's really
It's
good.
so good. We're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna enjoy the oxtail soup.
Yeah.
That oxtail soup
Oh my gosh.
is amazing.
Amazing.
Now we gotta try
Wow.
his famous sea bass.
This looks really moist.
I'm gonna have you do the honors.
I don't know. That's the reason why I've been watching you. Yeah, I'll try my best.
So do you cook at home?
No, my wife is a great cook, and so if that's her strength, I just let her go with it. Now I need to learn how to cook someday.
So what are your favorite foods?
I don't know. It's when I was growing up, I was just typical guy, just liking hamburger or stuff like that. But now, I guess my palate is more sophisticated now. I guess because I like anything really. I mean, I love Thai food. I've tried all kinds, and but I would say my favorite type of food is Japanese food. But
Really?
yeah.
Any particular kind of Japanese food?
Wow, this is good too.
It's so buttery.
Yeah, very buttery.
It's really good.
No, nothing in particular. I think Japanese food for me, I like the way that they give like a little bit of everything so that you can have all of the flavors and textures and so, which is why I like going to Japan also, like traveling there. Yeah.
Did you ever perform in Japan?
I never had I didn't have the kind of success I did in Europe and Japan, but I did have the chance to sing there about 4 or 5 times, and just really enjoyed my experience each time there.
So you had a very famous ballad that you sang, and it's called "Nothing's Gonna Change My Love for You." Can you sing a few bars?
I can sing a little bit of the beginning of it, maybe. If I had to live my life without you near me, the days would all be empty, the nights would seem so long.
You sound just like that person that sings it.
All right.
That was awesome.
Thanks.
This is
Everything.
Everything is good. You can't go wrong here. Everything
Wow.
is it's consistent.
Yeah, it is.
Like that, you remember that taste from
Yes.
when
Exactly
you had it
the same, and that was over 20 years ago. But I
this
never had
is
the
very
fish
good.
or the.
This is these are his top sellers. It's really
Wow.
good, always consistently good. So do your children know how famous you were?
They see the music videos and the big hair from the 80s,
That's right, you did put some big hair.
and they think it's funny, but at the same time, my daughter sings, and she I hope that she'll have the opportunity to be able to have a similar experience that I did, but I told her a lot of it is just being in the right place at the right time, and just putting yourself out there and working hard. So I told both of my kids that they just need to finish up their college degrees first, and then that way they can have something to fall back on.
You were 16, right? When did you start your career? 13?
16.
16.
And I went to college when I was 24, and I've been perpetually in college on and off, until I finished my doctorate degree in 2014. So that's
Do you miss your singing career?
certain aspects of it I do. I miss being able to visit like the beautiful cathedrals we used to see, and the museums, and meet the great people. But at the same time, it was tough. It was tough being on the road at that time. When I used to travel, you might have 3 or 4 television stations in any country you went to. Even calling home was, an arm and a leg just to call for 10 minutes. You pay like $30, $50. So a lot of the time I was just pretty much on my own, so kind of a lonely experience. But along the way, got to meet some really neat people.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. I know you've met some pretty talented folks. And you did do a duet with Bobby Brown, right?
Yeah, I did perform with Bobby, and I was lucky enough to be introduced to him by Rick James, who was a friend of my manager in Buffalo, New York. And so I worked with him, and he was immensely talented as a singer, as a dancer, as a writer. So it was nice to be able to work with him.
Oh, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Well, cheers to you.
Oh,
Thank you so much for doing the show.
thank you, mahalo. Appreciate it.
Thank you for watching Where Hawaii Eats. For more information, you can visit chefchai.com. Where Hawaii Eats was brought to you by the Honolulu Star Advertisers Dining Out, Cisco Hawaii, Outrigger Hotels and Resorts, and Coco Marina Shopping Center.